Hello and welcome back. So today we're going to wrap up what we've been doing in the past episodes. Namely, we're going to merge the reading of the pcap file, so an actual file, not a simulated one. And we are going to merge it with the filtering algorithm we put together. Yeah, so this part is going to be a bit less unit tested. Because we're going to devise a user interface. I like to have more freedom to tweak user interfaces because it's really what the user is going to see. It's not really functional, so it's like there's no right or wrong way of doing it. It's just like it depends on what works for the person who's going to use it. So that's what we're going to do today. Here we were. So we've got this filter packets function that works fine. Now it's time to create the final module. Let's call it main.py. Actually, we could have put it here. Oh yeah, let's keep it simple. Let's just forget about this and let's just write a main function here. So what does the main function do? It takes two things: the file name of the whitelist path and the packet capture path. I'm not yet sure what it's supposed to be doing. How do I invoke this? I'm being lazy of typing. Now if I do Python tcpdfilter.py, yeah, so it's missing two arguments. How am I passing arguments to a Python like from the command line? There's a module called argparse. It's more like from argparse import argument parser. So there are more elaborate systems for parsing command line arguments, namely something called click that gives you also the ability to write a bit more complex command line interfaces. Here I don't really need like these elaborate features for now, so I'm just going to write it using argparse, and maybe I'm going to improve it later using click. There is a way also, you might have seen like import sys, and then you get sys.argv, and then people use the first, second, third arguments. It's handy if you really want to keep it really bare bone or like a small script. If or program is going to be used by an end user, probably you don't want to have this amount of simplicity. It doesn't hurt to have a more elaborate user interface. So parser equals argument parser.add argument. I might have at some point to read through the documentation because I keep forgetting the correct syntax. So we'll have two arguments. One is the whitelist, and the second is the pcap file, and then args is parser.parse. I think this is what it should be doing. So maybe we should just print args just to check it works. Oh, the following arguments are required: whitelist and pcap file. Oh, yes, so now you see, instead of just crashing like yeah main misses something, it's crashing during the parsing of the arguments. But the message is a bit more helpful. So it says tcpdfilter.py takes a -h flag for help, and then whitelist and pcap file. So what if now I'm passing it whitelist.yaml and example.pcap? So I might need to increase the size of my window here. Oh, and now it's working, because you see like names. So this is the result from argparse. It means that I wrote it right on the first time. So it provides you with something which looks like a dictionary, and it calls namespace, and it has pcap file, and then example.pcap, and whitelist is whitelist.yaml. So that's definitely gonna work. So here we could use whitelist path is args.whitelist, and packet capture path is args.pcap file. Great, no crash anymore. Oh, so now it's the time to summon or read whitelist. So now the rules is read whitelist of open of whitelist path dot read. We've been doing this before. Rules and packets is, and now we are going to just import it from scapy that all import rdpcap. Is this how we wrote it the first time? rdpcap. Oh yeah, this is the one. And packets is rdpcap of packet capture path. Great, and now we've got filter packets. Filtered packets is filter packets of packets and rules. Packets, rules. Now it's the display part. So there are several libraries that are useful for displaying results. So first we're going to just print them, right? So filtered packets, and then for packet in filtered packets dot whitelisted and packet, and we're going to same here. So this is like really the fastest just to test way of doing it. And here maybe just print what listed, and here black listed. Okay, let's run this. It takes a while because reading the example pcap, it has 13,000 packets to process, so it takes, it's a bit annoying that it takes so long. Oh dear. So it's just displaying all the packets, which is not what I want. Maybe I should just stick to a few informative informations rather than like the full packet. So maybe just src. Oh, is it going to work? I'm not sure there's an src straight on the packet. I should go then to the IP layer and just extract the src. Okay, so that's the MAC address, I guess, from my network adapter, which is not what I want either. Okay, so that's not gonna work. Let's find a better way of displaying the packets. Actually, now that I think of it, here instead of returning the whole packets, maybe I should just return a summarized version of the packet. Also, I don't need to have like these repeating packets, because I'm pretty sure from the first time we've read through the content of the packets, like if you remember exploration from here. So exploration, what it does is just printing IP layer, SRC, DST, and D port for all packets. But here I was using a set, and I think that's where I should, what I should do here. There's no big need for me to have all these information. I mean, this is like in a full packet there is too much information. If I just do, so this is the last packet that was sent, but yeah, this is like, it has way too much information. Okay, so you see, it's way too much. So instead, what we could do is so here we got packets and maybe a packet formatter. Yeah, now if we format the packets afterwards, we're still going to go through all the packets, or aren't we? Anyway, yes. In filter packets, I'm not taking care of like, is this packet already something that we've seen in the past? So if I make 15 connection, exactly like 15 HTTPS connection to, let's say, google.com, it should count as 1 in my display, but here I'm going to get all the 15 of them. So maybe here I should not append the packets, but more like the summary of the packet. So let's see how we can do that. For packet in packets, so it's maybe not like the output whitelisted and so on. Maybe it's more like a set here and a set there, and here it's not really append, it's add. And now, so at least we won't be seeing the same packet over and over. But if the content changes a bit, that means if the like if I'm sending an A and then a B, network wise it's going to be like about the same thing. But here I'm going to see two different connections because the content, the payload of the request is different. So here I should, instead of adding the whole packet, I should instead like just get the packet summary. So packet summary of packet and pass. I just write a small test for this. So I'm going to import packet summary. This is getting a bit too long, so let's split it. Okay, and so I have my packet summary function, but for now, test it produce valid summary of a packet, fake capture. And now for all my packets, assert that fake packet summary of, let's say, fake capture of 0 is, and now what do I want as a summary? Probably I'd like to have like dictionary-like structure or an attr. Like I could have like a similar class like this one, just giving me back a few information instead of the whole stuff. So it would look like a lot like a whitelist rule. So maybe I could do something like class packet summary, and it will have, like, of course, src is. So I don't need to provide a default because these fields are always filled. So here I'll still use dport and sport and dport, and and maybe the rule that got it whitelisted, like matching rule. Okay, and now, so packet summary, src, dst, export, dport, matching rule. Sounds good. So it should produce packet summary, and so now it's going to be a bit painful to retype, but let's go. So okay, let's just take this. We're not going to take fake capture and so on. We're just going to say. So this way I have more control over what I'm producing. So packet is IP, dport and sport equals 2000, whatever. And let's say it was matched by a rule which is, let's say, that one, which doesn't have to be true. It just needs to be, it just has to be a rule. And so packet summary, fake capture of packet is packet, matching rule is rule. Oh, this is also going to be a bit long, so I'm going to split it. So output is packet summary, this, and assert output is the same as packet summary. It should have src, which is going to be this. src is this. dst is this one. That's great. Dport and sport are going to be these. Matching rule is going to be rule. Okay, let's do it. Now I'm doing my test again. It produces a valid summary. Packet summary got an expected keyword argument matching rule. Oh, damn. What was the packet summary? Oh, it was just supposed to take a packet. And then an additional rule. Okay, packet and rule. Packet and rule. I'll call it matching rule. It's better. It looks better. Okay, so now my output is the packet summary that got generated through packet and matching rule. Output is a packet summary of src dsts. So yeah, everything looks pretty good. So I'm going to run this again. Oh yeah, of course. Since I fixed the typo, so no test matches the name anymore. Ah, fantastic. Packet summary doesn't exist yet. We don't know what is a packet summary. Ah, fantastic. It's not doing anything. So it's more like just creating a packet summary and now return packet summary. And so src is packet dot ip.src. You'll notice that I'm pretty lazy, so I'm just I don't know if it's in the IP. Was I able to find it in the IP layer? Yeah, apparently. Okay, so let's try all luck with S port and D port. And then matching rule is matching rule. Sounds like it, yes? Great. Okay, so now I've got my packet summary. And now I can use a set, because I think if I create two packet summaries which are the same, now is it going to work? So I'm going to make another test just to see if I put them in a set, they are deduplicated. So if I put two exactly similar packet summaries, are they going to be duplicated or not? It's the tests it deduplicates packet summaries. I don't really need this. I don't really need that. I still need a rule. Summary is and I call it summary 1, and I make another one called summary 2, which is exactly the same. And now I should assert that the length of a set containing summary 1, summary 2. So there is another way of writing this, which is more elegant, I think, which is summary 1, summary 2. So this is like the set literals. Okay, is only 1. Hashable type packet summary. So you can't really have it. It's not hashable. Oh dear. So we can't really use. So the problem here is that we cannot use the attrs, because it creates a mutable structure. If we don't want to have a mutable structure, it's just a small change. It's just that we need to use a named tuple instead. So from collections import name tuple, and you'll see it's basically the same. So packet summary is a name tuple called packet summary. The class is named packet summary, and the fields are src, est, sport, dport, matching rule. Again, this goes too far. Okay, and now this is exactly the same thing. Well, attrs is going to make a few more utility methods and so on, but for now I was not really going to use them anyway, so I think it should work this time. Yeah, a whitelist rule. Yes, okay. So the problem is now the matching rule is neither something that we can it's not something that we can hash either. So yes, this is a bit more annoying. Let's take these parts out for the moment, or maybe Like we could also re-implement something so the summaries don't get duplicated, but then we need to re-implement the hash method and re-implement the equality method, so we don't look at matching rule to make the comparison. So if a packet summary looks like another packet summary, then it doesn't matter if the matching rule is different, or it's not even looking at matching rule. So we keep the whitelist rule as an attr class, which is handy because it handles defaults and so on. After all, maybe we don't need this name tuple thing. We're just going to redo it like using attrs, but then we'll need to redefine the hash methods. No, it's just the hash method is only on self. Turning the hash of a tuple of properties is good. Yes. So we could use this like that. So hash is return the hash of, and then self.src, self.dst, self.dport, self.sport. These are like, they have values, so they're not mutable. This is a tuple, it's not mutable either, so it can be hashed. So if I say that the hash of my packet summary is just the hash of these, normally it should become a hashable type, and so I could be able to put it in a set. I also just need to have the equal self other return, and then now it's being a bit painful, so I'm going to do it like dynamically also. So for attr in src dst dport export for attribute, if get attribute of self attr is not get attribute of other attr, turn false, turn true. So what does it mean? It means that so what's other? It's because when you're doing something like if you're saying something like hello equal word, when you're doing this, you're actually calling the hello equal, like the underscore eq underscore function method. So this is exactly the same thing. So other represents the other thing you're comparing, so the right member of this equality actually. So if I have done this correctly, now I should be able to use I should be able to run my test. Packet summary is still unhashable type packet summary. Unhashable type packet summary. Oh come! It has a hash function, a hash method, which is returning a hash. Damn it. Unhashable. Oh, if none. Okay, so I should define it as a hash function. So if both are true, if not, the hash method is generated. Oh, great! So you should just pass hash as a parameter to the s function. You can decide for yourself and force attributes, create one, guess mutable by passing true or not. Oh, great! If both are true. If none, the hash method is if both are true, generate hash value. What's both? Oh, okay, so CMP and hash. So create if the attributes of both class is equal. Only can. Oh, that's great. So after all, maybe I don't need to do all this madness. I just need to pass here. CMP is true and hash is true. And do the same for my good friend below here. Would that work? Oh, such goodness. Oh, that's really great. Thank you, the guy who wrote matters. Okay, now let's just try to break it. Okay, so this one should not match because it's like 9999. Okay, so this should be 2. So it's like more obvious. Like my fear was that if my test was passing, like if everything collapses into 1, then my test would still pass. So here I'm just figuring out that 2 of them should collapse into 1. So summary 1, summary 2 should collapse into the same, but summary 3 is different. So it should not. So the length of the set should be 2. If this test still passes, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I'm going to just do a full PyTest run. Just yeah, okay. Something got broken in the process. It filters packets correctly. Filter packets. I'm still adding the packets to the whitelist, but packets can't be hashed because packets are unhashable, of course. So this I don't need anymore. Okay, so now I can just go here. Where is this? So I'm going to borrow my packet summary. And I'm going to say, okay, so you're, instead of storing the packet itself, you're just returning the packet summary, which is exactly what we want. Now, okay, what's wrong? Ah, yeah, and of course I have to change here in my test. You remember I used to have like filter packets correctly, yes, but it's not the fake capture anymore. So it's not returning the packet itself, it's returning the it's only returning the packet summary. What I should actually write is packet summary. I get there. Okay, so this is correct. You know, it would be more like. Okay, so this is correct, but it's involving 3 different functions to get somewhere. So in the end, read whitelist, filter packets, and packet summary. Not really great. Because if packet summary fails, like if it's wrong, it might give a false positive. And that's not really what we want. So instead what we could do is just isolating the packet. Packet is output whitelisted of 0, and then just make some assertions on packet that src equal, and then 127.0.0.1. Okay, so this is also this does not introduce new ways of breaking what you can't really index set, so I'll just turn it into a list because anyway there is only one element in there. Okay, so that passes. So my whitelist is a list, as a set of packet summaries, and then I just need to make it as a list, and then get it as get the first element. I'm now thinking, yeah, anyway, packet summary is anyway going to be used here under the hood. Am I not going too far by using this syntax of packet src? Because anyway, it's no longer returning packets, it's returning summaries. After all, we're testing packet summaries anyway. Or we can combine the two, which is also something I don't really like, because then you get two different assertions in the same tests. It shouldn't be called packet actually. Summary.src is this. But then we could just say, okay, so let's forget about this. Let's just say assert summary is packet summary of big capture of 0. Yeah, sometimes there is no obvious answer of what you should be doing. As soon as you've got functions which get called by other functions, yeah, there is no way of really unit testing the thing, because this feature doesn't work if we don't like the using it as a set. Using sets here forces us to have hashable types here. To get hashable types, we need to get through packet summary and so on and so on. So we're introducing complexity, and we have something which tests that packet summary does its job. Yeah, it's not that bad to introduce the packet summary in my assertion here. There are edge cases where we could have packet summary returning a value or a wrong input that would turn right, but yeah, that's... Now we've got this. I think we're pretty good. We've got these packet summaries. So here my filter packets is going to return me only packet summaries. And so maybe I could just print these and not being really worried about the rest. Yeah, I have no clue of what it's going to look like. Let's just try. Beam. So in packet summary, oh yeah, of course, it should only generate this for packets which have IP, which have an IP layer. I should actually just ignore packets which are not IP packets. If not IP in packets, continue. So for all packets which are not IP packets, it doesn't matter. So I just ignore them. It's not super correct if you want to be really careful about your network security and so on. But yeah, for the moment, for this exercise, we're going. Oh, that's good. So which ones are like? Is there any just whitelisted? Nothing. Okay, guys. So what's in my whitelist? Oh, okay. So so DNS replies from 8888 to 192.171.12. Isn't there anything matching this? Yeah, this should match. Why isn't it matching? SRC is 8888, DST is 192.168.112, yes. And oh, it's the source port is 53. Ah, that's nasty. So my whole distinction with ports and yeah, maybe I should make it less strict. So let's game this for the moment. Okay, so I have so this one. Oh, this one should SRC DNS queries. This one should be matching. There's no good reason why it's not. 192.168.112, 192.168.112, 8888, and D port is 53. So there is no reason on earth why this doesn't match that. Oh, wait a second. Would that be because packets are here? The whitelisted output whitelisted. And then rule is rule. Is it how it works? Matching rule. Matching rule. Yeah, I still don't get it. Okay, well, we'll see next time what it is about. Okay, so we are getting there. It just doesn't work despite our good efforts, and so I propose that next time we do some debugging on this and figure out what's going on. See you next time.